Hi friends, welcome to our channel Know Everything. Here we are going to see list of Council of Ministers with portfolios. They are sworn in on 9/6/2024. First we can see Shri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister and also in charge of Ministry of Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions, Department of Atomic Energy, Department of Space, all important policy issues and all other portfolios not allocated to any ministers. Cabinet Ministers: Shri Rajnath Singh, Minister of Defence; Shri Amit Shah, Minister of Home Affairs and Minister of Cooperation; Shri Nitin Jairam Gadkari, Minister of Road Transport and Highways; Shri Jagat Prakash Nadda, Minister of Health and Family Welfare and Minister of Chemicals and Fertilizers; Shri Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare and Minister of Rural Development; Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman, Minister of Finance and Minister of Corporate Affairs; Dr. Subramaniam Jaishankar, Minister of External Affairs; Shri Manohar Lal, Minister of Housing and Urban Affairs and Minister of Power; Shri H.D. Kumaraswamy, Minister of Heavy Industries and Minister of Steel; Shri Piyush Goyal, Minister of Commerce and Industry; Shri Dharmendra Pradhan, Minister of Education; Shri Jiten Ram Manji, Minister of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises; Shri Rajiv Ranjan Singh alias Lalan Singh, Minister of Panchayat Raj and Minister of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying; Shri Sarbananda Sonobal, Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways; Dr. Virendra Kumar, Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment; Shri Kinjarapu Ram Mohan Naidu, Minister of Civil Aviation; Shri Prahlad Joshi, Minister of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution and Minister of New and Renewable Energy; Shri Joel Oram, Minister of Tribal Affairs; Shri Giriraj Singh, Minister of Textiles; Shri Ashwini Vaishnav, Minister of Railways, Minister of Information and Broadcasting and Minister of Electronics and Information Technology; Shri Jyotiraditya M. Skinda, Minister of Communications and Minister of Development of North Eastern Region; Shri Bhupender Yadav, Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change; Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, Minister of Culture and Minister of Tourism; Srimati Annapurna Devi, Minister of Women and Child Development; Shri Kiran Rijiju, Minister of Parliamentary Affairs and Minister of Minority Affairs; Shri Hardeep Singh Puri, Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas; Dr. Manshukh Mandavia, Minister of Labour and Employment and Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports; Shri G. Kishan Reddy, Minister of Coal and Minister of Mines; Shri Chirag Paswan, Minister of Food Processing Industries; Shri C.R. Patil, Minister of Jal Shakti. Next we can see the Minister of State, Independent Charge. Rao Inderjit Singh, Minister of State, Independent Charge of the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, Minister of State, Independent Charge of the Ministry of Planning and Minister of State in the Ministry of Culture. Next, Dr. Jitendra Singh, Minister of State, Independent Charge of the Ministry of Science and Technology, Minister of State, Independent Charge of the Ministry of Earth Sciences, Minister of State in the Prime Minister Office, Minister of State in the Ministry of Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions, Minister of State in the Department of Atomic Energy and Minister of State in the Department of Space. Shri Arjun Ram Meghwal, Minister of State, Independent Charge of the Ministry of Law and Justice and Minister of State in the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs. Shri Jadhav Pratap Rao Ganapatro, Minister of State, independent charge of the Ministry of Ayush, and Minister of State in the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Shri Jayant Chaudhary, Minister of State, independent charge of the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, and Ministry of State in the Ministry of Education. Next we can see Ministers of State. Shri Jitin Prasada, Minister of State in the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, and Minister of State in the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Shri Shripad Yesho Naik, Minister of State in the Ministry of Power, and Ministry of State in the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Shri Pankaj Chaudhary, Minister of State in the Ministry of Finance. Shri Krishnan Pal, Minister of State in the Ministry of Cooperation. Shri Ramdas Athwale, Ministry of State in the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Shri Ramnath Thakur, Minister of State in the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Shri Nityanand Rai, Minister of State in the Ministry of Home Affairs. Srimati Anupriya Patel, Minister of State in the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, and Minister of State in the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. Shri V. Somanna, Minister of State in the Ministry of Jal Shakti and Minister of State in the Ministry of Railways. Dr. Chandrasekhar Pemazani, Minister of State in the Ministry of Rural Development and Minister of State in the Ministry of Communications. Professor S.P. Singh Bagal, Ministry of State in the Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying, and Minister of State in the Ministry of Panchayat Raj. Sushri Shobha Krandaladje, Ministry of State in the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, and Minister of State in the Ministry of Labour and Employment. Shri Kriti Vardhan Singh, Minister of State in the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, and Minister of State in the Ministry of External Affairs. Shri B.L. Verma, Minister of State in the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, and Minister of State in the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Shri Shantanu Thakur, Minister of State in the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways. Shri Suresh Gopi, Minister of State in the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, and Minister of State in the Ministry of Tourism. Dr. L. Murugan, Minister of State in the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, and Minister of State in the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs. Shri Ajay Tamta, Minister of State in the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. Shri Bandi Sanjay Kumar, Minister of State in the Ministry of Home Affairs. Shri Kamlesh Paswan, Minister of State in the Ministry of Rural Development. Shri Bhagira Chaudhary, Minister of State in the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Shri Satish Chandra Dubey, Minister of State in the Ministry of Coal, and Minister of State in the Ministry of Mines. Shri Sanjay Seth, Minister of State in the Ministry of Defence. Shri Ravneet Singh, Minister of State in the Ministry of Food Processing Industries and Ministry of Railways. Shri Durgadas Uike, Ministry of State in the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Srimati Raksha Nikhil Kadse, Ministry of State in the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. Shri Sukanta Majumdar, Minister of State in the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region. Srimati Savitri Thakur, Minister of State in the Ministry of Women and Child Development. Shri Tokan Sagu, Minister of State in the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Shri Raj Bhushan Chaudhary, Minister of State in the Ministry of Jal Shakti. Shri Bhupati Raju Srinivasa Verma, Ministry of State in the Ministry of Heavy Industries and Minister of State in the Ministry of Steel. Shri Harsha Malhotra, Minister of State in the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Road Transport and Highways. Srimati Nimbun Jayantibai Bambania, Ministry of State in the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. Shri Muralidhar Mohol, Minister of State in the Ministry of Cooperation and Ministry of Civil Aviation. Shri George Kurian, Minister of State in the Ministry of Minority Affairs, Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying. Shri Pabitra Margarita, Minister of State in the Ministry of External Affairs and in the Ministry of Textiles. Thank you.